friends, it's Sarah from Sweet Scents from the Dollhouse. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning Waxie, as always, welcome back. Today is Wednesday. You know what that means, folks? It's Wax Wars. I feel like this week has been a little rushed. Usually I film Wax Wars and I just take my time melting throughout the week. I know that I have several more selections in my wax collection. However, I just didn't have time. So this week we only have 4 contenders, but this is one that I've wanted to do for a while because I love orange popsicles, orange creamsicle, any of those kinds of fragrances, especially in the summertime. It's so awesome to have those scents kicking around in your collection throughout, even I guess the spring and summer. So I pulled out a couple, and 3 out of the 4 were my very first time trying these, so that was pretty exciting. I wish I had time to do more, but I was away for 3 days this week, so even these ones I felt a little crunched for time. But let's start. So out of the 4, in 4th place was Sassy Girl Aroma. I have a bakery bag, or chunk bag, whatever she calls it, in lemonade, orange sherbet, and whipped cream. To my nose, anyways, this smells more like 50% lemonade mixed with 50% orange creamsicle, hence I included it in this melt off. That orange sherbet and the whipped cream just smells exactly like orange creamsicles. I don't find the lemonade overpowering in this blend, which I'm actually surprised, because with a lot of the lemonade scents that I've tried in the past year, the lemonade always tends to be the predominant scent, which this is awesome because it definitely doesn't overpower that orange creamy scent in it as well. Also, I have to give this one props because usually I stay away from any of the fruity scents with Sassy Girl Aroma. Not to everyone's nose, but to certain people's nose, Sassy Girl Aroma's wax has this really heavy bread note to it. Just the wax. I have no idea why. I love a lot of Julie's blends, but I tend to gravitate more towards her fall scents. Any of like the Bath & Body Works staple die-hard fall scents like pumpkin pecan waffles, cider lane, those kind of heavier scents, they kind of go with that bread scent, whereas the fruity, even the floral, does not. And please don't let this like turn you off of Sassy Girl, because I know that there's tons of sassies out there that order this wax by the truckload. They love it. They don't get that scent. To my nose, it stinks like bread. Luckily, this one didn't smell like that at all, which was really nice. So on the scent, I would give this one a 5 out of 10. Just on the sheer fact that even though it didn't smell like bread, and it was a nice blend of 50% lemonade and 50% orange creamsicle scent to my nose, it wasn't overly strong. When it was warming, it smelled really nice, but it was super, super, super light. And on performance, I give this one a 4 out of 10 because I had to use a fair sized chunk to get even a half decent throw, at like max 3-foot throw for 2.5 hours. So unfortunately, this would not be a repurchase. I tend to lately not buy a lot from Sassy Girl anyways. I'm not opposed to buying stuff on D-Stash, and that's how I acquired this, was through D-Stash from a friend of mine. So, yeah, I would still buy Julie's wax through D-Stash, not that one in particular, though, because it wasn't the best performer, which is unfortunate, because if it was just a teeny tad stronger, lasted a teeny tad longer, it would be great. So in the number 3 spot, I purchased Scentsationals Orange Pops. If you've seen my most recent mini Walmart haul, I found that at my local Walmart, and usually my Walmart snoozes. Like, We get the switchover scents halfway into the season, I swear. So I was super excited to finally see some spring summer scents popping up. We still didn't have a huge selection. And the longer I was sniffing this one on cold, I was really struggling, because on cold, part of me says, okay, yeah, maybe it is a sugary citrus popsicle. But then the longer I smell it on cold, I'm smelling like citrus cleaner. You know how Lysol and certain home cleaning products come in citrus scents? Oh, what else? Lysol, Pine Sol. There's tons of them. But I'm getting on cold almost more of a citrus cleaner scent. So I was a little hesitant to warm it. Luckily, there's no question, once you put it in a warmer, it's a terrific sweet orange popsicle scent. It is just orange popsicle, though. You're not going to get any of that creamy ice cream that is in some of these other scents. But it's still it's nice all the same. I gave this one a 5 out of 10 on fragrance. I know I've said this on my channel 100 times before. Scentsationals is kind of hit or miss. Like, there are some amazing gems that I will always have in my collection, but sometimes, more often than not, I find there's a lot of scents that fall flat. This one was not terrible. It was actually quite nice. To my nose anyways, I think it could be a little bit more authentic. So that's why I gave it a 5 out of 10 on scent. But I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 on performance, because one cube gave me a fair size, like 8 to 10 foot throw. I wouldn't say wall to wall, but it definitely didn't get lost in a large open concept space. I only used one cube and it lasted 10 hours. Given the price point, a Scentsationals clamshell in the US is only $2, or in Canada it's $3.48. It is definitely worth it. So yeah, 5 out of 10 on scent. It's Scentsationals, but in my opinion, it could use some work. But 8 out of 10 on performance. Honestly, 10 hours for that price point, you're not going to find that anywhere else. It would definitely be worth picking up if you are into those kinds of scents. I personally don't think I would repurchase this summer, just because I have a ton of orange popsicle scents already. On the number 2 spot, I have Rose Girls Creamsicle Ice Cream. I received 2 little chunks in D-Stash. I'm not exactly sure when this wax was poured, but I had to use a full chunk to get a half decent size throw in a large 600 square foot room. So I get the creamsicle scent, and I'm not sure if this is just the title. Like, is this supposed to be orange creamsicle plus ice cream, making it extra creamy? I'm not sure. I just got creamsicle. I didn't get any extra creamy, milky note to it that I thought I might get, because it also says ice cream. I don't know. To me, it's just a really nice creamsicle. I gave it a 7 out of 10 on scent. It's about a light to medium strength. It was definitely stronger than the Sassy Girl Aroma. And I give it an 8 out of 10 on performance, because this lasted, mind you, it was a pretty fair sized chunk. It lasted 9.5 hours, which in my experience, a lot of vendor wax doesn't tend to last very long, unless you're talking like Super Tarts. Who else lasts a long time? Barrett, Waxcrafts tends to last longer. But I usually, with most vendor wax, I average 4 to 5 hours before I switch it out. So Rose Girls Creamsicle Ice Cream lasted 9.5 hours. So I gave that 8 out of 10 on performance. I would definitely repurchase this if it ever came out in like mini melters or something, because I think there's a lot of scents during the summer that you can mix this with. I think it would be great to put some mango in there. You could use Fizzy Pop. There's tons, like tons and tons and tons of different scents that would go nicely with that. So yeah, that one would for sure be a repurchase. And in the #1 spot for the first time in a very long time, Scentsy's Orange Dreamsicle. I think out of all of the orange creamsicle scents that I have, or even orange popsicle scents, this is the most authentic. Keep in mind, this is from a Bring Back My Bar prior to the September 1st, 2017 fiasco of having to use 4 and 5 cubes. So I'm not sure that if Orange Dreamsicle was to ever be re-released in a Bring Back My Bar or ever put in the catalog, if it would perform as well as this bar does. But I used 1 cube. It lasted 11.5 hours in a 600 square foot room. I got an 11-12 foot throw at its peak. It is a medium to strong scent. I would definitely repurchase it if it was ever re-released. I think it would absolutely be worth the gamble. This is by far the priciest out of the 4 selections that I've shown you. So I give this a 9 out of 10 on scent and an 8 out of 10 on performance. 1 cube, 11.5 hours. That is fantastic. And yeah, so that is it. If you ever see, like this summer, a Scentsy consultant at a vendor event, craft show, whatever, and they happen to have any of these bars left from last summer's Bring Back My Bar, I highly suggest scoop them up, buy them up. Makes a great mixer. You could put a million different Scentsy scents with this one as well. Yeah, so that's it. That's my wax wars on orange creamsicle scents, and it's so nice to have Scentsy in first place for a change. I know when I first started this channel, it was primarily a Scentsy channel, and I had originally started Wax Wars to disprove the naysayers, you know, who said Scentsy sucks and this, that, the other thing. Because once upon a time, I really stood behind that Scentsy was the best product on the market. But everything changes, you know, companies change and people change and new things are being invented every day. I really, really, really hope to see Scentsy, I don't know, perhaps put a little bit more effort into quality control, maybe, or perhaps hear the customer complaints about the bar's strengths. And hopefully we see something, I don't know, I'd hate to say improvement, but something, because I really, really, really miss the performance on the Scentsy bars that we used to have. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.